All right, welcome back. It's Dr. Witz here, coming in with match one of the NA Twitch Rivals Summer Skirmish Showdown. Going to be flying in here to map one, starting with Janet Rose and Mist Dong. Looks like they're landing in a pleasant one more team right below them. They'll have to be a tad bit careful here, but we're going to flip over to Mist Dong right now. Looks like he's going into combat, like fighting a little bit there. Able to finish off that guy pretty easily. Let's see where his teammate is, if he's coming up to help or if he's just going to run away. Yep, here's his teammate, S2 Fire Dragon. What will he decide to do? He knows they're still in the house. You can see them right there. Going to fight a little bit and takes down Janet Rose. Still has 100 health. Finishes her off. No mercy there. And where is Mr. Dong? Nowhere to be found. Not backing up his teammate. Looks pretty happy with himself there. Going through the house right now, pickaxe out. He might have gotten both of them, actually. Yep, 2 kills on the board. It looks like both of them have been, in fact, taken out. Early ending there for those two. Seeing across the board, not many fights taking place off the get-go. A little different. 100T Parallax taking out someone in the kill feed there. 92 people left. Saw a little bit quicker pace from EU on the get-go, but this is the first match. People might be getting a hang of things, just trying to feel it out, see where people land, and from there it looks like Mason and Reverse 2K are wary about someone hanging out in Shifty Shafts. Going to go around to the left flank here, possibly try to get in, get a little mats, get some fighting done, maybe pick up a kill or two. Has a pretty good start, has those 5 poison grenades. Yep, see someone right there on top of the shack, takes a shot, easy headshot with the famous. Easy kill, 41 ammo left. Grenades going down into the trucks. Might be someone hiding in there or a little higher up. Grenade might have been a misfire, but he too has some ammo here and some grenades he's able to use. To watch out for Immortal HD's teammate. See a lot more people going down in the Twitch feed right now. Disgusted Toast taking out a couple players there. Good job on Disgusted Toast. FaZe Yellow taking out Parallax. Parallax goes down early after that first kill. And you see Dr. Lupo and Ninja here up in their normal spot in Paradise Palms, taking shots at people from a distance down to white health. They're off on the side. They're probably trying to go get that rift that's over there sometimes, but he's still very low on health. Ooh, and able to get Los Pollos down. Camille's also going out early. Vivid picking up a kill there in the kill feed. So between Vivid and Disguised Toast. Disguised Toast is in fact playing with someone else today. Vivid's playing with Grenader Jake instead. There is a little switch there in teams. And now we see Ninja and Dr. Lupo. And over to Blessius and Cruiser. Not super familiar with them. Let's see what they're going to do here. They're over in Retail Row, hanging out just outside the storm. Or just outside the circle, that is. Going to throw some grenades over there, see that team, see if they can get any damage done. They're kind of on a ramp here, might be able to get their stuff down, but it looks like they overthrew the grenades and they're not going to find their target. Takes a shot at him, trying to build up and get this high ground, but the water tower is in the way. Finally gets that high ground, but the other players are not giving it up very easily. They're trying to knock him back down, taking a lot of damage, down to 100 health, but takes down Streamer. So I guess that player has Streamer mode on, forgot to take it off, so we're not quite sure who that is. They are fully eliminated. Thrax still alive. Camille's went down. Thrax has 75 health left just outside this little village here that's north of Flush Factory. Just gonna farm up right now, figure out what he needs to do, where he wants to rotate, how he wants to play, whether he's gonna play a little more cautiously because it's just him on his own. He doesn't really have the health or materials or anything much to take a fight, but he knows there's someone right there, has to play very cautiously, but it looks like he's not going to be able to avoid it at this point. The player notices him, not able to get that surprise attack on him. Thrax is trying to go around, work through, own the walls. This player is not being aggressive enough when he should have. Samurai Shuida goes down. Not sure where his teammate is, but he might have kind of left him alone. Here's FaZe Replay and Yellow, able to get CLG KP5 before he can get to the rift. Now they are going to go take that rift themselves, get a little better position. The circle's about to come in, or the storm, rather, is coming in, so they need to get to the circle, get good position on it with the rift. They should be able to, but looks like they might avoid it for now and decide to go find a little more loot and resources before they head in. Looks like Optic Baldi and Destroy are going into a fight here. Those Clingers just missed their target. Trying to edit that ramp around, takes a nice shot at CND the third. That heavy shotgun doing a lot of damage. Able to pick up that kill and he goes straight down. Back to basically do work. And Nusia just kind of hovering behind this. They see where Thrax was up in this broken down house. See a little fight taking place there. You're going to try to third party this. Must be Thrax versus one other player. Probably the player who is the teammate of the person that Thrax took out. Looking for that snipe. Thrax doesn't notice him yet. Takes the shot, gets 86 damage onto his target, but not enough. Throwing the C4, but there's another person right there able to eliminate Thrax and Alpha Kimmy. Nice third party there picking up those 2 kills. Might be another player there. They were looking around. Now we are at Derpledinger, Dingle Derper, and NRG Lamar. Lamar, very solid player, goes in for that high ground, lands on right on top of him, playing very aggressively. Try to break this guy's high ground out from under him, but they take the rift and everybody gets rifted up into the air, but they're going to dive right back down again and try to be aggressive. The enemy player team got split up, and that's Hysteria going down, which means Courage is somewhere around here, and it was the other player they were fighting, going to thirst that kill. Or not quite thirst the kill, but the trap should get them in time. Looking around, trying to find Courage, not sure where he's at. He might have gotten away with that rift. Not Vivid, taking out another player there in the kill feed. They need to be a little more proactive here. They see someone building down there. It must be Courage. Oh, a little bit of a lag here on the stream. Get back right to it. Trying to find him. They have to watch out for the storm, though. It's coming around, but won't take very much damage at this point. Looks like we're going to switch over here to Funk Bomb and Nate Hill. They've performed very, very well throughout these weeks, especially the more recent ones in which they are placing very highly, getting a lot of kills, prove themselves as contenders for sure. Looks like they've been playing a little more cautiously. No kills under the belt yet, at least for Nate Hill. Might be able to find something over here in Salty Springs, but looks like they're... Oh, another team just to the north of them trying to fight that. Not able to get the high ground in time, but has a rocket launcher. Ooh, takes out LG Creo mid-air. Easy shot. Must have been very low in the first place. Another rocket going to break him down from his height. Just playing this low ground, not expending any mats. Very smart. Realizes he doesn't need it when he has this rocket launcher. Just wise use of resources. Has to do a little there to avoid damage. But definitely playing for this end game by not utilizing resources and trying to take the high ground. Still takes shots from up above, trying to avoid that damage. Has a slurp in a full pot, so he really can avoid it. Takes another rocket shot at this player, but the player stays up high ground. Looks like he might try to use these mats right now. Finish it off so he doesn't take any more damage. There's only one player, so he really just should go in and finish this off. Uses that double barrel, but not quite finding it. LG Creo goes down. Fully eliminated, and now we're going to flip over to Ghost Ghoul and Disguised Toast. Ghoul, part of that Ghost team who's been doing very well recently, takes out Energy Lamar, who is over with Dingle Derper in Greasy Grove. Disguised Toast yesterday played with Vivid, now today playing with Ghost Ghoul, but Ghost Ghoul went down, unfortunately. Now he's going to be left all alone. 1 week in one of the duos tournaments, Ghost Ghoul and Ghost Safaruni played together and performed very well. I think they got third place. Bizzle and Demo taking second. And I think it was Vivid taking first with Poach. Very strong set of players. Ninja and Lupo still in this, probably to the delight of many players. They did all right yesterday, but didn't win any matches. Hoping to improve on that today. And here's Liquid Chap and Face Thieves. They got first place yesterday, dominated the field. Able to take out that player. Getting 1 kill on the board over here by Tomato Temple, the new point of interest. Haven't had a chance to explore it a lot myself, but it seems very popular right now, being new. And it looks like Face Thieves and Liquid Chap are sitting in a pretty good position right now. 46 people left, decent amount of mats on to Thieves. Has what he needs for weapons. It looks like Chap is fighting over there, though, trying to avoid a little bit of damage. Thieves coming in, trying to help out his teammate. Not sure where this player is. I don't have game sound, but he looks like he's a little lower down. They're going to try to be aggressive. There was that rift over there. They could use the little portable one if they choose to, but looks like they don't really need it. Going to play up aggressively, pushing on this player as a duo, trying to put the pressure down. This is what they're doing all day yesterday, but the C4 comes in and does massive amounts of damage to Thieves, and now he's low and he needs to heal back up, get to a safe spot, and let Chap take the wheel on this push. Really good defensive play by that other player, but it looks like he might have been taking out. It's hard to see in the kill feed because it's blocked by his kind of stream overlay here. Still 44 people left. But looks like they're still in a battle, and then we're going to flip over to Liquid Poach, possibly, who's in the middle of a fight. Launch padding away right in time as his building starts to collapse, and it looks like he just kind of gets out of there. Ghost Bizzle taking out Face Thieves in the kill feed, so Thieves goes down, actually, not able to heal up in time. Bizzle pounces on him. Bizzle playing with, I believe, Kitty Plays. He played with her yesterday, so I think he's still playing with her today. Demo and KR are playing together. Going to be following them a little bit later when I switch up how I'm going to be casting this. Right now, Poach just trying to take some shots at people. Poach playing with Tim the Tatman yesterday, winning 2 of those games. Not in terms of points, but just in terms of ending, winning the game itself. Able to take out Face Thieves from a distance. He's getting knocked from all over the place. 144 with that scoped AR. Sees white health all around. Or sorry, not a scoped AR. It's a thermal. Clearly a thermal. Applies... it's a very slow fire rate, but it's very, very accurate, very, very potent. Hit those 76 headshots. Now, we got a little bit of lag here on the stream. Hopefully, it'll be resolved soon. Yep, we're back into it. Playing with Not the Fox today. Yesterday, I played with Tim the Tatman. Yep, 74 damage on that headshot. Ooh, just sitting there. But Face Thieves goes down, and Chap goes down, too, to an anonymous streamer. Ghost Bizzle going down, too. So now we're back at Funk Bomb and Nate Hill. 38 people left. They're pretty far outside. There might be another team ahead of them. Looks like they're trying to devise a strategy to go around these mountains without getting picked off. Yep, looks like there's a team hanging out in a 1x1 up there, so they have to be very cautious not to get sniped, not to get picked off. They're at full shield, full health. Don't want to have to expend any of those resources before they have to. They probably won't move until the circle is either right on them or they're in it. Oh, looks like they're going to fight and take... couple shots here, building up, trying to play a little aggressively, then hanging back, but going in, trying to build up with some fortified ramps. Takes those rocket shots, just trying to cause a little disruption, make sure they're off their flow. Fighting this burger boss here. Have to watch out for the teams that might be in the mountains all around them, still building up, trying to gain that height advantage so they can shoot those rockets down. Dropping down a little bit lower, gets the angle on this guy. He doesn't even see him. He gets caught sitting. Manuel Ferreira, you need to pick it up. Can't just be caught sitting. It's not going to go at this high level of play. Now we're flipping on over to Saint and OP. They're hanging out right around where Nate Hill and Funk Bomb were trying to get into the circle. Might do a little bit of gatekeeping here. Might see some fights soon between these two. Going to spread the love around with the mats. OP was very low. It's not a good position heading into this mid-game here. You need a lot more mats, especially if you're going to make it to the end and compete for that first place. Right now, 0 kills on OP. Not sure how Saint's doing. See that fight over there trying to do a little third party with the scoped AR. Gets a couple shots, but just shield. No white health. Not going to fully commit to this yet. But takes another shot and just one shot, 1 kill. 94 meters. And he's on the board. Now we're going to have a little replay here from Face Tempo, who's playing with Valkyrie today. Goes up, gets the high ground a little bit. Someone jumps down with the shotgun, hits him pretty hard. Valkyrie goes down, but Tempo is able to save her in the nick of time. But it looks like there's another player coming in. Valkyrie, they're trying to thirst her just to get on that board. Tempo comes in. She's so low on health. Is he going to be able to save her in time? But there's another team coming in. Looks like she's probably going to go down. Not Vivid taking out another person in that kill feed there. He's on a rampage today, trying to make up for his performance yesterday. Gets Ghost Demo. Ghost Demo getting taken out by Not Vivid, which means KR is also probably down. Yesterday, KR and Demo placed, I think, 5th overall, picking up a lot of kills despite not picking up any wins. They are the winners of Week 6, I believe. But now we are back to Blessius and Cruiser. Takes a shot, knocks the Fox down. Just going to thirst that kill there. Easy kill. About 100 health now. A little less. Has to be careful. Doesn't have the most amount of ammo or mats. And no balance pads to get down either, so they'll have to be careful. OP and Saint here also taking the fight. Trying to do a little bit of gatekeeping. This might be Nate Hill and Funk Bomb. Yes, it is. In fact, you see Nate Hill with that rocket launcher. OP gets a shot onto him, able to finish him off, but no, not quite. He has too much health. OP kind of staggers there, but is able to finish off Nate Hill. Is he going to thirst this? Yes, he will. Oh, just the disrespect pickaxe in the end. Unfortunate way to go down, but Funk Bomb is still full health and 50 shield. It looks like he got rid of OP's teammate here, so it's going to be a one-on-one between OP, and OP was fairly low, trying to get that high ground, knocks him down with the C4. Not able to do much with it. No damage done, gets taken a couple shots. There might be another team in here. Yep, he's taking shots from the side, more C4 damage onto him. He only has 30 health left. He has to be very, very careful. He has one C4 himself and some minis, but he needs to get to a safe place where he can actually use them. One more C4 will down him, and a shotgun shot from behind. Had to simultaneously compete with the Storm and the other teams. Destroyed, got him in the end, but they get 5 points on the board. Solid first map, and here is Turkey Lips and Outlit. And they won one map yesterday, I think. They got first place in the final map. Everyone seems to be opting for this scoped AR or thermal AR. Very easy to third party from a distance with. Keeps you very safe, able to pick up those kills. Essentially weaken the field. Gonna hang out in the circle here, have good position. It's a very unfortunate circle because most of it is actually in the lake itself, only that small island within. It's going to keep moving, see if players have to make that rotation in here. And here we have Ninja and Dr. Lupo still in it, 15 players left. A lot going down recently. Has one bouncer. They might have to use that to get over. If anyone has a portable rift, it would be a good time to use it now. We've got 1 minute until it pushes. Might take this fight, though. A little ballsy. Able to pick up that healing, pick up some shields, pick up the rocket launcher. That is a huge amount of loot that has just dropped there. And Dr. Lupo sitting on 3 kills right now. Sees those teams fighting over to his south. Has to be a little bit careful. Doesn't want it to be seen. Ninja looks like he's over kind of on the edge there. Lupo third partying a little bit with this purple scoped AR. He is known for his accuracy, and what a good shot there. 4 in a row. Just easy dings to get the kill. That's 4 for Dr. Lupo. He's popping off today. He's feeling it. Has to get back over to Ninja. They have to rotate soon. 15 seconds left on the clock before that circle starts to close, and it will be doing about 10 damage at this point. Ninja taking shots at someone down below. There might be another player here, but they have to worry about the Storm as well. Both are difficult objects to contend with at one time. Looks like they are just going to use this bounce pad to get out of here and get to a good circle position, but then they'll be left just in the middle of the lake, so they have to be very cautious. But they're going to take that bounce pad, try to get all the way to the island, but not quite there, getting shot at from all sides. And Dr. Lupo stuck down in the lake, not where he wants to be. Ninja, picks up a shot onto Twitch Destroy. He was only at 25 health, catching these players as they rotate through. Dr. Lupo not quite in the circle yet, has only about 10 seconds to get within, but he should be just fine, being able to get up out of here and get buddied up with Ninja so they're not so separated. Ninja taking a lot of damage in that exchange. Has only about 30 health left, so he has to be very, very careful. Even taking a little more damage from the Storm, and he goes down. Outlit finishes off Ninja. Dr. Lupo all on his own now. 5 kills to his name. They may have 8 between them. Not quite sure at this point. There's only 8 people left. Outlive and Turkey Lips are alive. Dr. Lupo's alive. That's 3 of the 8 accounted for. Looks like he's trying to phase through the wall here, get aggressive on this player. Dr. Lupo is not letting anyone escape his sight. Owns the wall, tries to get a little edit play, but the player is still behind a ramp. He has to be careful. Looks like he also has edits out. Yes, this is Outlive. He has 1 health. He literally has 1 left health, and he jumps through the wall, and he gets it with the double barrel. Dr. Lupo didn't even know it hit him. He somehow did not own the wall. And Outlive, despite having no health, gets the kill on Dr. Lupo. He'll be kicking himself for that one. Now we have Energy Zate and Symphony up here. Another of these 2 players left in a good position. Have high ground, have materials, have ammo, everything you need to win. They could get knocked out. They have to be careful if rocket launchers are still around. Same with the C4. Could get knocked down, take a lot of damage. Don't have any bouncers either. So they do have to be careful playing this high ground. They're not choosing to reinforce with those pyramids. A couple there. Need to be careful. But they're just, the whole circle is just over Loot Lake. Everything is just a giant building now. This will be a test of mats. People might be able to hide down in the lake, but these 2 are going to take the high ground now. Still 7 people left. And the circle is going to be moving very far southwest. Have to be careful about that when it starts to move. Only 30 seconds until that starts to happen, and that circle will damage you more than any other weapon, essentially, if you're just getting caught up in that. Looks like there's a little fighting going on. They're going to try to third-party this. Sitting on 2 kills right now. Zate. See someone being shot down below. They might be trying to take out the fortifications of their ramp. Here's Symphony. Going to build out a little bit more, trying to play aggressive, but they have to move because the storm is coming in. Everyone is very quickly trying to get over to this circle. 6 people left. Another one goes down into the storm. Looks like they took out Outlit. Hard to tell from the kill feed. Another player right next to him does 100 damage, but he's going to go down to the storm. Oh, he's not quite survives with 4 health and is able to also take out another player. Takes out Valkyrie, who is still alive. Tempo going down as well. 4 people left. Energy's 8. Symphony, very low health. Might still be able to win this, though. I'm not sure who the other 2 are, but they must be very worried about this high ground that Zate and Symphony currently have. Yep, they're going to play aggressively onto this, try to apply pressure. They have the ammo to do so, but no mats left. They can't jump down. If their fortifications are dropped, they will drop all the way down, and they will take a lot of fall damage, and that'll probably be the end of it. This other team probably doesn't know that who is down there. They're taking a little bit of shot that they have shield on still. These 2 players are so low health, but they're playing aggressive. They want this win. They need this win. They want the money. Trying to do the best they can. Oh, they find them down low, but he has no mats to be able to get out of this lake. They're just going to drop down, but he hides in it. It was Vivid. Oh, no. Vivid and Grenadier Jake, after putting up an amazing round, they cannot convert on the kill. Some sneaky plays by Zate and Symphony are able to finish them off, and well done, winning the first map. Now we're going to take a little break, and we'll come back, and then I'm going to follow a couple other players and kind of flip between the streams. I will be following Poach, Vivid, Chap, and Demo. And if those are all out, then I will just follow the Twitch Rivals stream. But gonna kind of mix it up and do my own, production here, and we'll see if that kind of works out and how I like doing that. I've tried it before when I cast the scrims, and this will be a little bit easier because everybody's actually in the same map, unlike scrims, so be a good one for it. Yep, just gonna see some replays here and take a little break, and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. We're going to load into the second map here and follow a couple streams. So I'll be following Poach, Vivid. Get these pulled up over here, as well as Demo and Chap. All right, loading into the second map. The bus will be traveling from the northeast corner down to the southwest corner, kind of in this diagonal pattern. See a lot of the buses take that approach today. Hide that there. Mainstream going on. All right, so I picked these players because they have shown a couple times that they are some of the best players out there and really perform well in these, so I expect them to go a long ways, and hopefully we'll be able to follow them throughout. Poach here, going to land in containers, his favorite spot to drop, see him drop there a lot. He says the loot is pretty bad, but the reason he lands there is for the materials and for the rotation benefit, considering it's very close and very central, while also not being very heavily contested. This will be a little more focused on what the individual players are doing, because we'll be following them kind of along and why they pick certain drop routes as well. So we'll see in about 40 seconds where that first circle is going to be. Going to switch on over here to Vivid. Vivid going to go up north, one of his favorite spots to land. We'll go past Pleasant Park. Looks like they're taking a very high line. Don't want to fly into Pleasant Park where there are too many players. They might be going into Haunted Hills, maybe the Northern Junction. Also a place that Vivid likes to land, as well as the factories there just to the northeast. But just watching him glide in with Grenader Jake, but a lot of people are taking this very high line, taking a long time for them to get down. Now we're going to flip on over to Demo, landing at Lazy Links, as always, his favorite spot to land. This is where he lands pretty much every single time I've seen him play. One of his favorite spots has decent loot, good positioning, even though it is very far to the north, and it looks like that circle is not going to be on him this time. And usually not very many people rotate through here, but lately it's kind of seemed like it has. Yesterday he in KR had to fight Chap multiple times and lost multiple times. And Chap and Thieves were really on fire yesterday, winning the overall standings. I think last game too, Vivid kind of rotated through there and got Demo as well. So now we'll see where Chap is landing. Not as familiar with his rotation, but it looks like he's going to land Tomato Temple. With Thieves, look like they have decent loot. Have a little jump start on this. The circle, based on Chap's green, is kind of center, south center, I'd say. Just south of Tomato Temple, kind of the top of it there. Yep, so pretty much that whole bottom half of the map, just not where pretty much any of the people we're following have landed, unfortunately. Chap seems to be the closest one. No fights are taking place yet. I do have a multi-twitch up on my other screen here, so I'll try to flip on over to that if anything's taking place in particular. But currently, right now, everyone's just farming up, playing it safe, making sure they have the right materials and loot that they need for the rest of this game. Down there, looks like Grenader Jake is fighting someone, though. Vivid going to get into this with him. See if he's able to get the fight he wants. Has that minigun already, but not taking the fight yet, waiting for him to reload. Gonna drop down, needs to contest this. Ooh, Crafty picks up a couple of people there as well, and Nate Hill as well. This person's trying to flank around from the side, but Vivid's already seen him, needs to take the aggression, but doesn't want to lose this high ground as well, but sees it. Oh, takes hard damage from that. He's a little bit low. He needs to be careful. He's one pump from dead. Grenader Jake able to take out Wilds, though. That means this must be Fem Steph up on him as well. Needs to be careful here. Doesn't want to go out this early. That happened to him in week 6. Did not have a good time with that, but ended up doing fine in the end anyways. But it looks like they were also able to take that out. Grenader Jake picking up a couple kills there. Doing a good job of supporting Vivid. He's going to have to pop that mini. A little bit of health. Maybe find some more. Looking around, doesn't look like anyone is currently fighting. I'll try to keep an eye on it as best I can. Finds that full shield, so that's going to top him up pretty well. He's sitting at 150 health overall. Be happy about that. And now they're just going to farm up here now that it's uncontested. Should be easy enough for them. Going to flip over to Poach, and he is off rotating. He's left containers, along with Nox the Fox. Has a decent amount of loot on him. 2 full shields to use when he needs it, as well as those grenades. Has a lot of utility around, but the weapons on him aren't that great at this point. We'll look to upgrade another full shield, so he just decides to take this one, top himself all the way up. Going to be set up for a good survival situation if he needs it. You typically want those minis because they're quicker. You can pop them in the middle of a fight, but yep, that'll do just fine instead, because that's 100 shield there sitting in that slot. They're not as stackable as minis, but they'll still be able to top you all the way to full, unlike minis. Gonna rotate here into retail, looking to take some fights. Might still be people in here if they were slow to rotate out. Some people also may be rotating in here from the north or kind of the east. Yep, sees one team down there to the south. Might try to take this fight, looking to play a little cautiously. Doesn't have the best weapons, needs to be careful. Doesn't want to do anything that he might regret. That player is rotating out of retail row. Might be able to catch them unawares. Yep, they're going to get on top of this high ground here. Try to take advantage of the situation, getting closer. Has those low quality guns. Doesn't want to engage from too far away because he might just simply be outgunned with the bloom on these gray weapons. Just going to catch them as close as he possibly can and jump on them and do a bit of damage. Doesn't want them to build. Doesn't want to have to use any materials he doesn't have to use. They finally spot him. Oh, he sees white health. That should be an easy cleanup. They're very low. Throws those grenades down. Try to utilizes it. This person trying to break down his high ground, but Poach is going to press his advantage. Drops down a little lower, but still pressing on. Nox the Fox doing a 1v1 up there. Poach decides to turn around and try to help him, but he's getting hit from multiple angles at this point. Has to be a little cautious. Still has that shield in his pocket if he needs it, but wants to finish this kill off quickly because there's multiple teams now getting involved. It looks like this is a third-party situation. He goes deep, and Spaceline goes down. But there's another player that jumps in here. There's so many teams around. Oh, Creo takes him out. Poach with an early exit. It's all on Nox the Fox now. Nox the Fox having to fight this other team here, get up into this porta-fort he used to try to get a little high ground. Might not have been the best situation. Takes a heavy shot there, loses shield. Gonna try to break up into this guy's fort to knock him down to his height. Unable to do so. He gets away in time. Might try to build his way out, but the guy is still high ground on him. He does own this wall and this ramp. Unable to get any shots on it. Trying to make some quick edits. Taking shots from a distance. Needs to be cautious. He's very high. It's going to draw the eye of a lot of people around this long, protracted fight. The longer you're fighting, the more likely it is somebody's going to third party you. So you have to be careful. Nox the Fox still on this high ground. 72 health. Trying to build his way down a little bit. Own all the walls he possibly can. Oh, and gets taken out by Creo. Jumps on him from behind. Nox the Fox never saw it coming. And Poach and Nox have an early exit. Able to pick up a couple kills there, but nothing too incredible. Hopefully they'll improve on their performance in the future. We see Vivid and Grenader Jake here that got stuck kind of out in the storm. Unfortunate that they're taking that much damage, but they should be able to heal back up with those bandages that Vivid has. So they'll keep kind of going that way. The next circle is also pretty far down south, so they'll have to keep moving quickly. Really low here. Vivid is definitely cutting it close with that 8 health. Decides to build up instead of immediately fighting. Oh, it looks like there might be a player here. He's trying to get the high ground, going for it. He is being so ballsy with how little health he has. It looks like that team knew that they were super, super close. And Grenadier Jake now has no shield. He gets hit hard. This is unfortunate, but he's able to take out Liquid Strafe. Good job by Grenadier Jake. There's one player left. Vivid's going to try to bust through here, takes a little shot on him, and takes an 80 shield. Oh, and this player's going to try to get away, but Vivid's not going to let him escape. He's going to pounce on him as best as he can, but decides to actually back off instead. Heal up, take some shots from a distance. Seems a little undecided about what he wants to do. But Grenadier Jake was back behind, didn't want to go in without his teammate. He could have been finished off a little too quickly. Live to fight another day. They only have 40 seconds until that storm starts to close. Just to check in on the other people we're following, Demo and KR are still alive. No kills yet on the board for them. They're rotating down just past Tilted. Chap and Thieves, also no kills as of yet. They're trying to rotate down to the circle, which is all the way to the south. So Grenadier Jake and Vivid really need to get a move on, but it looks like they're going to fight. Oh, there was a trap in there. He got tricked. And Drinky, oh, Vivid's going to be so mad at himself. He is not happy. Hands behind the head, embarrassed. That is not what you want to do in this high stakes of a match, but Grenadier Jake's able to pick up the kill in the end. A little bit of redemption. Grenadier Jake with 4 kills. Vivid not holding up his end of the bargain this time around. It's rare to see this level of play after Grenadier Jake and Vivid took second in the last round. We're going to move on over to Ghost Demo and see how he's doing. Looks like he's performing pretty well. Doesn't have any kills yet on the board. KR might. They're just going to be hovering around this circle, watching out their low ground. Not a great position to be. Hanging out in the river can be very dangerous. Looks like he sees someone in the distance, another team. He has that golden Famous. Gonna try to get some damage onto him before he charges up in here, fortifying those ramps just a little bit, builds himself out a tad. They're both going for high ground here. This tree is in the way, blocking the sight line, not able to get a full shot on him. KR's hanging back a little bit. This player is behind them. There might be another team. Are there 2 teams, or is it the team that rotated? They're trying to get position in the circle so they don't get caught in between. And now Demo and KR are stuck between this team and the circle, so they need to play aggressively to get over to that side, get into the circle so they are not stuck between the two and take damage from both. It'd be a very unfortunate situation. Demo and KR let them get behind them. Must have had a jump pad or something to be able to do that. Trying to get in now, getting into the circle should be all right. This team is trying to get position on them as well, but they are pressing up as well. Demo now with the high ground. Doesn't own that wall below though. Can't do any edit kills. Just going to jump around, try to disorient the team. Doesn't own that wall now. They're trying to build away. Gets a little bit of a shield hit on him, but not quite what he needs to finish it off. KR is going to keep trying to rain damage down. Demo and KR have the ammo necessary, but no grenades to kind of get rid of that fort altogether. Chap and Thieves still alive. Just checking in. That's not who they're fighting. They are over by Shifty Shafts now in the circle. So these 2 teams probably won't fight anytime soon. Demo and KR are in a very good position to do well, despite the fact that they have low mats here. Going to take out Sore Mac. Finally able to get enough pressure on them to finish them off. And it looks like there's another player here getting on top of KR, but KR able to block himself in, and Demo comes in, but there's another player coming up again. Seems to be a bit of a cluster here. People rotating in from all over the map. Now they're just going to loot up, be safe, down below, topping up what they can. Demo decides to get rid of that Golden Famous for the AR. Interesting decision on his part. Going to share ammo between that drum gun and his AR. At this point in the match, that drum gun is very necessary to break through people's buildings. It's kind of your best option to do that besides the minigun, but the drum gun also dishes out a ton of damage. It's 25 per hit, and it's a 52 headshot, which is just insane. So you can really, really work people down with that. Always, hit that pump shot, then switch over to your secondary gun and do the damage from there. Courage taking out Valkyrie in the kill feed. Still alive. 28 people left. A lot of people just went down there. We went from 43 to 28 really quickly. Just going to farm up a little bit. They are definitely not in a situation right now where they want to get into any fights. They don't have the mats to do it. Only having 64 wood is a really bad situation going into this, starting to head into the late game here. Just going to try to farm and head to the circle. That storm is coming up right behind them, so they have to be a little cautious. Don't want to get caught out. Once that storm closes, it will deal about 5 damage per tick. And that's not something they want to have to deal with. Chap and Thieves are still in this, and also very close currently to where Demo and KR. So they have to be careful if they don't want to run into these players and get into a fight. Gonna flip over to Chap, show him where he is. So Demo, KR hanging out right around here. Yep, very, very close. So everyone has to be careful of this. But now, even though the circle gets small, people's sight lines get even smaller as they haul up in these 1x1s, just trying to avoid any fighting. Want to survive to this end game, get those 5 points for the kills. Right now, that seems to be what Chap and Thieves are playing for, because they haven't really stumbled into too many kills as of yet. They might have about 1 each. Nate Hill takes out Dr. Lupo in the kill feed. Not sure if Ninja's still alive, may or may not be. Dr. Lupo, although able to take out Funk Bomb, and Zate taking out Nate Hill, so they will not be making it to the end game. Oh, Demo taking out Reverse 2K. Look like they're in a little bit of a fight. Going to flip back over here. Taking this high ground. Takes out Reverse 2K there, getting that highlight. Able to build up quickly, getting pyramided off, though. Unable to convert on this next player, which I believe is Mason. Mason taking this high ground. King Richard trying to get in. They're both piling on the drum guns. You can't outbuild that. Oh no, Demo falls and takes so much damage. Takes about 60 damage, but they're able to take out Mason D in the end. I'm going to have that health kit. He's going to be upset that he has to use that. Wasn't able to build when he needed to. King Richard and Demo. Still a little low on mats, but able to pick up the mats from the team they just slayed. That is going to make them happy campers. Not sure how many kills they're sitting on, but Demo has 3. I know KR has a couple as well. Going to pick up that 50 cal. One of my favorite moves I've ever seen. I saw 72 hours take a 50 cal in a double barrel. He jumps, and as he jumps into this player's building, he shoots the 50 cal and then uses the double barrel right into the guy's face after he phases through the next wall. It's a pretty sick play. See Ghost Demo and King Richard trying to rotate over to the circle here. Going to be on this eastern side of it. Chap and Thieves still alive as well. Hanging out on the higher ground. Looks like they're going to take a little fire here from up above. Have to be careful, have to build up. Luckily, they came into those mats. Demo accidentally builds out KR a little bit, but KR able to get through. Now they're in the circle. Going to play a little cautiously. Don't have the high ground. Don't really have enough mats to be aggressive here, but they can play defensively. Just kind of haul up, wait for the end game. Gonna take a couple shots. Has this 50 cal. Demo known to be a very excellent sniper, but doesn't often use it in these kind of pro situations. It's harder to get shots onto people, but can always kind of team up with your teammate, and one person breaks it down with the 50 cal and the other person provides fire. Gonna take that shot, but doesn't quite hit it. Pokes out. They're just hanging out in this non-complete 1x1. There you go. Builds it off a little bit. They're going to do an early rotation over to the next circle to try to prep for the next one. Maybe take the high ground in this so they can go on the offensive. They might be close to that 8 kill mark, and they definitely want those 13 points. That would probably put them at the number 1 position, whether they win it or not. Demo, though, only sitting on about 300 mats. He's not going to be happy with that situation. Not sure how many KR has either, so they're not going to really take the offensive here. Have to be wary, waiting to see if those go down. Might be able to third-party this. Parallax takes down Say No to Rage. Demo and KR. Gonna flip back over to Chap, see what he's up to. Looks like he's kind of over on the other side of the circle here. This is where Chap is, and that's where Demo and KR are. Trying to get a little third-party action into this fort here, but the other team is building them out. Looks like one other team drops right on them, though. Plays very aggressively. Not sure who those two teams are, but they are turning it into a build fight. This other player down low, FaZe Thieves takes out Courage. Means Hysteria is around there somewhere as well. Cypher PK goes down. FaZe Thieves takes out Hysteria and Courage. FaZe Replays takes down Cypher PK there in the kill feed. So Chap and Thieves now sitting with a couple kills each. Briefly showed that, but I'm not sure how many still. Okay, the circle is now going to rotate back over to the northeast into Shifty Shafts. Not a very hilly area, so don't have to worry about too much. If it was a more hilly area, people without mats would be in a very dire situation. Looks like Chap is playing a low ground situation here, trying to own most of these walls, but unable to do so. Trying to build out, has about 30 seconds until this storm starts to close on him and rotate over. Still 11 people left on this map. This will probably be the final circle before it starts to close. Trying to take this fight, get the high ground, gets a shotgun shot on him. It was only 11 damage, unfortunately. Tries to own these walls here. FaZe Thieves goes down and he gets thirsted. 100T takes him out, but Chap able to seek vengeance and picks up a shot onto him. That shotgun being more reliable this time. Decides not to opt for the heavy, but instead just quickly has to go. Gonna take a fight out in the open. He has enough mats. He was able to pick some up. People are simultaneously trying to rotate and fight the storm, getting pressed into it. He has to go up a little bit of elevation. The one hill in this area has to be careful. This player is being very aggressive, but he takes damage back. Ooh, and Chap goes out. They both go down. Ghost Ghoul taken out by Chap, but Chap gets lost to the storm instead. Oh, Demo went down too. Demo down in the storm. King Richard, the only one left here. Unfortunate situation. Eliminated by his teammate Ghost Bizzle, who's playing with Kitty Plays. King Richard now in the final three. It's probably Bizzle, Kitty, and King Richard. See if King Richard is able to get revenge for Demo's death. He's trying to heal up. Not sure his gun situation or his mat situation. Just hanging out right here. Still another moving circle, actually, before it starts to close on that final one. Playing the low ground. Sees the players over to the side. Doesn't quite go for it. Oh, and it looks like they saw him as well. They know his position now. They're trying to play a little bit aggressive. Bizzle going for that kill. Could be a 1v2 or 1v1v1. Hard situation to tell. Looks like there's another player over just behind him, though, so he has to worry about getting pinched. But he's going to build up on this. There's one player left, takes the shot on him. It is one team. He has the low ground. They are being very aggressive, and KR is bound to go down here. Ghost Bizzle and Kitty Plays able to take that victory against his teammate. Bizzle winning it in the end.
Mate.